Hey guys, and welcome to Pixel Cherry Ninja's channel. In this video today we're going to revisit, when I say revisit, we are revisiting Outrun for the Game Boy Color because it has gone from like a two-stage demo to a fully fledged game. Like seriously guys, this is the full Outrun experience on the palm of your hand on your Game Boy Color. Easily, this is the best racing game on the Game Boy Color. It's nice to see what developers have learned, what they can do with the hardware, what they probably couldn't do back in the day that they can do now. So the developer behind this is EGVroom. They have done the graphics and the coding. And on the soundtrack side, you have got SloopyGoop. And guys, this guy has hit the ball out of the park when it comes to the soundtrack. So when you start the game, just like in the original, you can pick out of your soundtrack what soundtrack you like. Now, I'm very biased. I like the Magical Sound Shower, and that's where I went first. And it was so awesome to hear like a Game Boy Color version of it. Just that kind of, I don't know what to call it, chiptune, synthetic, electronic, whatever kind of sound. It just sounds banging. You're waiting for the break. You know, when it goes da 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 da, it uses a really nice sound for that. So straight away, you are freaking amazed. The way traffic works in this, you navigate through there, and you have some tight clutch fits, and the hitboxes on this, or whatever they're called, the racing boxes, they're done really well, because if you've got two cars close together, you can actually squeeze through them in an absolute Ferrari style manner. And what happens sometimes is when you're racing, you see a car in the middle, so you have a decision to make. Am I going to overtake it from the left or the right? Let's say you commit to the left. All of a sudden you're going to see on the left there's another car just ahead of it, so you quickly try and brake and go around to the right. And it's really like full of moments like that. And when you're racing around, be careful of the edge. Sometimes you're like, oh, let me just kind of like wing it on the edge, have two wheels kind of off the track and go around, but you will get hit by a random palm tree, a random pillar, or sometimes even a random bush. So what I'm saying, all 15 stages are in here guys. They are in here. You start with Coconut Beach, then it branches out to Gateway Devil's Canyon, then you get Desert Alps and Cloudy Mountain, then it moves over stage 4 to Wilderness, Old Capital, Wheatfield, Seaside Town, and then finally stage 5, Vineyard, Death Valley, Desolation Hill, Autobahn, or Lakeside. Everything is there. I just can't believe all this has been squeezed into a freaking Game Boy Color car. You know, EGVroom has really hit it out the park, and I kind of feel like this is something that may have been impossible back in the day, but it's possible now given what like people have learned. Now there's a lot of games in the Outrun series, right? So it started in 1986 with the original Outrun, then it went to Turbo Outrun in 1989, Battle Outrun also in 1989, Outrun 3D 1989 as well, so a popular year for that, and then Outrun Europa 1991, Outrunners 1992, and one of my favorite ones is like the newer one. So we got Outrun 2019, which released in 1993, but Outrun 2 was the big one for me, which if I remember correctly, I used to play it on the original Xbox, and then I bought like a newer version on the Xbox 360. So we had Outrun 2, we had Outrun 2 SP a year later in 2004. Then my favorite one, this is my favorite one, Outrun 2006 Coast to Coast, an absolute banger. And then Outrun, when I was researching it online, it said Outrun Online Arcade. So I guess that's an arcade version of it in 2009. But not only that, Outrun's been given a lot of fan treatment. People have gone in there, they've revisited it. There's like a Cannonball Run version. And as well as that, Outrun 2006 Coast to Coast on the PC, it's been given online multiplayer. It's been given HD textures. It's a really good way of playing it. So naturally, to get a Game Boy Color version, it's like the cherry on top, the icing. It just plays so freaking well. When I was playing it, I felt like I became one with the game. I just got so involved in there by the time I was playing it for the third time, because I wanted to get a segment of each soundtrack. Talking of soundtrack guys, let me play you some soundtracks and go a little bit quiet, because yeah, the soundtrack's banging and you need to hear it. So let's start with Magical Sound Shower, and then we'll listen to Passing Breeze and Splash Wave as well. Let me know which one you like best. I'm telling you guys, Magical Sound Shower is my favorite. Let me be quiet so you can hear that now. Hope you like that soundtrack. Yeah, it's absolutely banging, and it's nice to hear like one of my favorite gaming soundtracks in that kind of Game Boy style. So guys, this game here, honestly, it's like SEGA made it themselves by bringing out their best developers, and they said, hey, you know what, we made a deal with Nintendo, let's bring Outrun over to the Game Boy Color because hey, our Game Gear's dead because you put 6 batteries in and it lasts about 30 minutes. Guys, absolutely banging. So I'm going to finish the video by just talking a little bit about Outrun's history. So the original Outrun was released in 1986, and guys, it was amazing for back then because it had this like pseudo 3D graphical style going for it, obviously a selectable soundtrack and branching non-linear levels that you could kind of go through. That was unheard of at the time, and the person behind it, the designer behind it, was Yu Suzuki, a legendary video game designer who's also known for titles like Hang On, Space Harrier and Shenmue. I'm sure if they're looking at this, they're thinking, wow, this is just absolutely great on the freaking Game Boy. Also, Outrun was a massive success, both commercially and critically. Everyone loved it, and believe it or not, it was the highest grossing arcade game of 1987. And it sounds like I know these facts, but you know what guys, I do a little bit of research on Google and the answers come out there, and hopefully the answers are correct. Now in Outrun, the original Outrun, you had that red Ferrari Testarossa, and what I kind of feel gutted about, and it's a little bit of a rant here, when it comes to like my favorite Outrun, 2006 Coast to Coast, or Outrun 2 2006 Coast to Coast, is that the right way of saying it? Hopefully it is. Because of Ferrari and licensing, they can't bring it out, and I really do hope they do release it again and just put a red car in there and don't call it Ferrari, call it Ferrari or something, who knows. But it will be nice to see like an official SEGA release. But in the meantime, there's a lot of fan work done on games out there, and this is also one of them, so definitely check this out. I'll leave a link to the itch.io page where you can grab this game. It's freaking awesome. A big thank you for EGVroom for hooking me up with this, and the SloopyGoop for that banging soundtrack. It's stuck in my head. I am magically or having a magical sound shower all day long. Anyway guys, be freaking awesome to be freaking awesome to one another. This is Pixel Cherry Ninja out.